Okay. I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Vilonia Planning Commission, 6:11 p.m. on June 13th. We do have a quorum. And we have one item of business tonight, which is a carryover from last month's Planning Commission meeting, the conditional use for placement of mobile home, manufactured home on Main Street. This was an agenda item from the May meeting, and no decision was made at that time. You did not have enough for a quorum vote. Mr. Clements, you wanted to speak this evening?
Yes. On property at 968 Main. I don't really understand what y'all are bringing up about the 200-foot driveway. The driveway that's there was there before any of the other three driveways east of it. The driveway has been there long before Mona's. The driveway was there long before Donnie Hartwig's double driveway. The buildings wasn't even there when my driveway was existing. So where y'all are coming up with saying that my driveway is no good, I can promise you mine is grandfathered in there. And whatever the lady that is looking at buying this place, the requirements that she has brought is the first three requirements on the conditional use. I mean, she has met as far as those three. Nothing else can be done until the trailer would be put on the side. And, you know, she's got a 5-year or newer trailer. It's over 800 square foot, which is the second item, I think. And the third item is how tall the building is. And the rest of the items is stuff that would be done after the trailer is placed on the property. There has never been anything else on that property but a trailer. And if there's one put on it, it's probably one of the only trailers in Faulkner County that will have a full slab under it. It's got a full slab under it. It'll have a full sidewalk walking to the back porch, a full sidewalk walking to the front porch. And, you know, we've got an elderly lady that would like to live in the city. And y'all are trying to stop her from buying this place. And, you know, that's my problem there. There's never been anything else built on there before besides the shop the tornado took out there. And, you know, all I'm trying to do is sell the property you know, to put another mobile home on it. She's met the requirements, so I don't understand the deal y'all are bringing up about some 200 foot from the next driveway. Out of the other three driveways, this side of my driveway, mine's the oldest driveway there. And
Yes, sir. And I can understand I can understand how you feel. What happens is when properties are sold and you try to, I won't say repurpose them, but you know, there hasn't been a residence on there for some time. Well, it has to be brought up to new codes, right? In the new codes, that's why the whole we have a conditional use tonight. Okay?
I mean, I could understand it if it was a new development. There never was a driveway there.
Sure.
You know.
And I think that's just one facet of it. You know, our codes right now give us guidelines, and they give us guidance.
Yeah.
And my comment on the driveway spacing was, you know, pulled straight from that highway corridor overlay that's in our current guidelines.
Yeah. You know, and evidently y'all let a mini storage go in right next to a church driveway. That's probably 30 foot from the church driveway. And you're gonna complain about a residence going in at this place, you know? And so where are y'all able to come up with it not allowing this because of the 200 foot
I don't believe that's the only consideration or concern that we voiced last time during the planning commission.
Yeah, but y'all are not up there for y'all's personal opinion on, y'all are there to go by the codes that this city has set and what the lady has put out. She's meeting them. Y'all, it's the minimum of 800 square foot. It's 820 square foot building, trailer she's putting on it. And, I mean, that's my deal with it there.
Okay.
Y'all trying to throw in the 200 foot and you sat there and let a mini storage go, or a camper storage go in beside a church drive, So I don't see how y'all can sit there and say that y'all are worried about the 200 foot, driveways in there.
Duly noted.
So,
Thank you.
yeah.
All right. Clerk, Mr. Clement, the conditional uses, still our item of business tonight. Again, we're here to make a recommendation. Whatever we decide is a recommendation to the city council. And again, our recommendation is either to, I'll try to go back through and make sure I say these correctly. We're here to recommend that the conditional use be approved as submitted. Recommend to approve the conditional use be approved with modifications or conditions. We can recommend to the city council and just kind of defer the conditional use to them, no opinion, or we can recommend that the conditional use be denied. Anybody have any comment?
So according to our codes, the definition of a conditional use is a use not specifically permitted within a particular zoning district in which, because of public necessity and its effect on the community, may be permitted, but only approval of the planning commission. And putting a mobile home next to the current properties, it's going to devalue their property. And so according to the definition of a conditional use, which because of public necessity and its effect upon the community, I think it would have a negative effect. I think that we should recommend to deny the conditional use.
Okay. Any other comments? No other comments, no other discussions. Anybody want to make a motion?
I was not at the last meeting. Besides the driveway issue and the overall conditional use, looking at that as far as the value or the betterment of the community, what other concerns were?
So the only person that spoke at the public hearing, we had only one person come out for the public hearing portion of that, and that was the next door neighbor who was concerned about their property value with manufactured homes. Nobody else spoke out about against it or for it. I did receive a call, kind of from City Councilman Stephen Craig. He wants us to possibly consider taking manufactured home completely off the conditional use for highway mixed use zone.
Other than the question about the driveway though, as far as the spacing where she wants to put the mobile home, all of those things fit within
Yeah, and I
guidelines?
Mr. Clements right as far as the whole driveway issue. I think and this is just a personal comment, as we evaluate pieces of property, we gotta have access to them. I think Ryan brought up a great point after the meeting. You gotta have access to the property. That's 100% right. You gotta have access to the property, right? And so, and there's no doubt that we could have multiple instances where we've, allowed probably 2 drives to violate that recommended guidance. It's within the highway corridor overlay. Okay. So, is it a recommendation that we have in our current codes? It is. You know, so should we look at it? I think we should look at it, but I don't know that it's something that we gotta hold fast to from that standpoint. You know, the only other comment I'd say is that in looking at other codes, whether it's other municipalities or if we are, and I know we're not going to the UDO type of code, I'm sure it's not applicable to what we're doing, but I use it as a reference guide, right? Because that's what we've been discussing. There's not another, I was looking at a couple municipalities today and they don't have manufactured homes in this type of zoning. And so are we kind of out of the norm where we can even have it in our conditional use portion of our highway mixed use zone? I think we probably are. Does that mean that, you know, so I use that kind of as a reference point as well, potentially? But are the residences up and down, you know, sure, Main Street? Yeah.
If the property owner had come to the city for a permit to build a stick-built home on that property,
That's a permitted use. It would need to
it
come.
is a permitted use, but would he have been required to move the driveway or make changes to the
Nope.
driveway?
Nope. Not unless the city would have enforced that. It would not come before the planning commission, so I would have said no. I would assume that. Any other discussion? Is anybody willing to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to deny the conditional use permit.
Okay. Kim has made a motion that this planning commission make a recommendation to the city council to deny the conditional use permit. Do we have a second? I'll second. We have a motion. We have a second. Glenn on the floor. Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion to deny the conditional use, or for the recommendation to deny the conditional use to the city council, please say aye.
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 Abstain.
Okay. Any opposed?
Opposed.
And the motion carries 4-1 for the recommendation to deny the conditional use. Mr. Clement, I know it's not the outcome you wanted or came here for, but I appreciate you coming and voicing your opinions.
I'm not the last stand though.
Yes, sir.
You're correct.
All right. There's no other business.